In a few minutes, a friend is coming over who built something for Duracell. I'm very excited. This is going to be a really fun project, and it's going to transform the look of the cockpit. Good to see you, Jan. Hey, John. Thanks for coming. Head up to the boat. I think I've got most of it ready to go. All right, so Jan is here today. What did you bring for us?
Well, I brought a deck, so we're going to fit your cockpit and your transom step.
Cool. And what are we fitting it with?
The product calls permateek. It's a synthetic decking from England, and I've been doing it for the past 10, 11 years.
Right on. So what is permateek exactly?
Well, permateek is a PVC. So permateek is the name of the company, but it's made in England, and they use virgin material, meaning there's no impurities. That way they can ensure that it doesn't fade, it doesn't stain, it doesn't crack. I buy it in rolls, and it gets shipped from England to my shop in Bremerton. Then I unwind it, I put it in a heat box to soften it up and get some of the memory of the roll out. Then I'll lay it out on my table, and after I've made the pattern from your cockpit and so forth, I'll bring it back to my shop, transfer it onto the piece that I've welded up, and then at that point, once it's all cut out, then I'll flip it over and do the boards, the margin boards, the bordering for it.
Cool. And what's it glued down with?
We use a one-part polymer. It's chemically made up for adhesion to PVC. So it's very similar to laying linoleum. It's you trowel it on, and then you roll it, get all the air bubbles out, and then you're good to go. It usually takes about 72 hours for a full cure, but it'll skin over in usually about 20-25 minutes.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So earlier we dry fit it, and then we masked all the way around the whole thing. So what's the next step?
Next step is just to get a few weights on the piece we're doing second. We're going to bed down half of it.
So we'll pull up the first half.
Exactly. We'll pull it up, we'll put the bedding compound down and carefully roll it out. Once that's done, we'll just repeat the process and do it back here.
Cool. And then we'll clean it up, pull the tape, and then put a vacuum bag on it.
Correct.
Okay.
That's your department.
All right.
Changed it.
So can people install this like as a kind of a waterproofing, like if they have deck problems, and they can install this stuff to contain the deck problems and it will waterproof that area?
It does. I've seen a lot of people do it for when they have little spider cracks. So it does hide all that.
Do you have less time to work the warmer it is?
Yes, the warmer it is, it gets it down to about 15-20 minutes.
Oh wow.
Before it skins. That's why, yeah, you don't use a whole area.
That's John. John has his own 46-foot sailboat that he is refitting on his YouTube channel, Living for Sail. Check it out here.
So I'm lining it up on my marker there.
I see the story right here.
Yeah.
And the stuff is so like sticky, it just like
Sucks it down.
just stays down.
Yeah. Kind of small. They're on the deck.
Okay.
We can.
In general, I think of there's basically 4 kinds of decking. There's like painted non-skid, then there's teak, like a wood deck, or there's the foam stuff, or there's permateek. And what are the advantages to permateek over the rest of those?
Well, the advantages would be that you do it once and you don't have to deal with it anymore. There's no, just like real teak, there's a lot of maintenance.
Sure.
With permateek, it's when the boat gets dirty, you give it a wash, and that's your cleaning regime. The other advantage is it's great sound insulation. So
Oh, cool.
Sound deadening.
Excellent.
So if you have any vibrations, it'll kind of take some of that out. Obviously, if you drop anything on it, it'll just bounce off. So you're not going to chip any of the paint or put dings in real teak. You avoid all that sort of thing. It does not fade. Actually, over time, it'll actually go one shade darker, but if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't know that. So those are the main advantages, though. It's going to look great forever, as long as you probably own your boat, and very little maintenance.
Awesome. That sounds exactly right up our alley. Oh, no, I can use this hand.
Okay. All right. There we go. I'll start.
All you need to.
Like if there's an excess.
Oh, it's like Lady and the Tramp.
It is like Lady the Tramp.
You and Matt should have done that part.
Yeah. No, I think it was perfect that you and Matt did it.
So denatured alcohol cleans up the glue, so we're just using a little bit of that. According to the pro, no acetone. Bad.
Is this something that anybody can do as far as getting it installed?
Yeah, the install portion is actually pretty easy. I know that you have experience with vacuum bagging, and that is the preferred way to go.
Yeah, so this will be a pretty tough bag to put on this. It's a big bag. There's the 2 rudder posts that we have to bag around, as well as the giant hatch. So it's gonna be a tough one, but it'll be worth it.
I learned to vacuum bag watching Matt on Project Duracell. With such a big bag, we are wondering about small leaks developing. And with vacuum, the interesting thing is that a very small amount has actually a lot of pressure. So if we can get, say, 10 inches, which is about a third of the ideal perfect vacuum, then you figure this is 35, 40 square feet.
At least, I would say 40.
Let's say, so if we say 40 square feet, that's, gotta get the calculator out. So at 10 inches of mercury, rough math to get to PSI, it's like about half. So 5 PSI times 5760, so that's 28,800 pounds of weight. So it's like the same as having basically my entire sailboat on this back deck.
This might be a miracle if this thing works. There's so many bridges and seams here.
Kind of looks like it's working.
Don't say anything. So satisfying. Pump is old enough, I rarely get better than 25 out of this thing.
We ended up with about 10 psi on the deck with the vacuum bag, so close to 60,000 pounds or 2 of John's 46-foot boats holding down the permateek.
Oh.
Thank you, Jan. It is going to look amazing. We appreciate it, and thank you for the help, John.
Pleasure.
The next day, I installed permateek on the hatch and the swim platform. This stuff is very easy to install, and these 2 parts were done in a couple hours.
How did you get into this?
Well, I've been working on boats pretty much all my life. I was working at a boat yard, and we did a big repair to the cockpit of a sport fishing boat, and they had a fighting chair, and at some point they removed it. It got damaged. It had balsa core. So a lot of damage underneath. We had to cut up a lot of the deck, and so we were thinking, you know, how can we recover this deck, still have it looking like teak, but make it longer lasting. And that's when I did a little research and looked at all the synthetic deckings, and I found that the permateek looked like the best product. It looked like real teak. So that's kind of how I got into it. They needed a distributor, and so I jumped on it.
So yesterday I vacuum bagged the swim step and the hatch. So we're gonna take it off, see how it looks. Cormac is here helping. He's gonna see our grand reveal. No? Voila! Cool. Feels good on the feet.
What do you think, Cormac?
I think it looks great. The margins look really good. Looks amazing. So.
It's really windy today, so excuse the extra noise, but we have to say thank you so much to Jan. It's a really gorgeous deck. We also need to thank Permateek for donating the material. It came together wonderfully. I'm sure some of you are wondering if this is premature to put this down, and what we can do when we install stuff onto the deck, things like pedestals and hardware, it's easy enough to just cut away the Permateek where we want to install that stuff. If it's load bearing hardware, if it's not, we can just put it straight on the Permateek. The other advantage to doing it early is that sometimes these projects tend to drag on, and this is kind of an instant gratification project that puts some wind in our sails, all of our sails. It looks so good just getting it done. So again, thank you very much to Jan. Thank you to Permateek, and we're so happy with how this turned out.